Hello, my friends, and welcome to another video from Karotul. My name is Arpit Pandit, and today we are going to discuss about how we can install and update software packages with different options that we have. So, what we can do is we can actually add different kind of packages using DNF or Yum utility. So, DNF and Yum. So, Yum is actually the older method that used to be there, but it is still supported. That means you can still use the Yum command, but actually the in rel 9 the latest command is DNF, right? So these are the two different options we have. So we saw earlier that we can use RPM to install individual packages which are or individual files like .rpm files. So you will see that the low level RPM command can be used to install packages, but it is not designed to work with package repositories or resolve dependencies for multiple sources automatically. For example, if you try to install a particular package and the package is having a dependency, then it will fail. So if, just to show you an example of that, let's say if I go to our Red Hat Enterprise Linux system. So let's say we are here and let's see that what RPM packages we have. So if I go to downloads, I think I have one package like bzip.rpm. Now if I use the command dnf, sorry, not dnf, rpm sudo rpm -ivh for installing it and then mention this package, you can see that it will ask me that there is an error. It will tell me there is an error because there are file dependencies for this. So sometimes what happens, you try to install an RPM or you try to install a particular file, but that has some dependent files and it will not allow you to install that until you install these files first, right? So that's why the package repositories is a better option to use, and Yum or DNF is actually designed exactly for that purpose. So what you can do is you can find softwares using some commands, like you can use DNF. And by the way, any command I show you with the Yum keyword, you can replace it with DNF keyword or DNF keyword with the Yum keyword. But the official one is the DNF, right? So you can use the DNF list command to display installed and available packages, right, for a particular system. Like I can say DNS list HTTP, and then I can put an asterisk. So it will show me any packages which are installed or available for HTTP, or starting with the keyword HTTP. So let's see that we actually use the command DNF list HTTP star, and then we wait for it. Sometimes if they don't have the information, they can fetch it from the internet, the repository. So we might have to wait a little bit to get this information. So let's just wait for it. Yes, I think few more seconds and we should get the idea. You can say these are the different packages which are available for installation, HTTPD, and then these different values. So the command that we used here for this is DNS list and this. Sometimes what happens that the keyword might not be, or the thing that we are using might not be into the package name. So we can use the DNF search keyword, DNF search, and then you can mention the keyword here. If you type this command, it is going to list the packages by the keywords found into the name and summary fields, right? So if you have this name in summary fields, you can find it out. To search for packages that have this particular keyword in their name, summary, and description field, we can use the search all feature as well, and then we can type the particular keyword. For example, let's see if we use the command excuse me, DNF search all, and what we are looking for is, let's say, a web server, and let's see if it works. And you can see that these are different features or different packages which can actually use. For example, a web server you want to install, you can use the Nginx. That is one of the web servers that you can use. So this is very valuable and very useful information, right? Also, you can use the another command, DNF info, info, and then you can specify the package name, right? DNF info and package name. This will return you the detailed information about a package, including the disk space needed for installation, so that you can make the informed decision whether you can do it or not, right? For example, if you want to know information about like Apache server, you can use the command. Uh, just a second. You can use the command DNF info httpd, right? So httpd is the one that is used by Apache, so it will tell you all the information about this package. For example, name is httpd, version is 2.4.57, and the size is 52 kilobits, right? So it shows you the size that you will need as well. And also, apart from the size, it shows you the source, means what will be the RPM for this. So if you can find the RPM, you can install it as well directly with the RPM. The repository shows you the list of RPMs, or all the dependencies also included. So that's why DNF or yum is better than RPM command, because RPM is a low level command which only installs the package that you want to install. But DNF can install the whole repository, or the set of the part of the repository which is needed with by resolving all the dependencies. So in this case, you can see Apache HTTP server information is shown here, right? So you can also use another command which is called yum provides or DNF provides. So DNF provides, and then you can mention a path name here. You can mention a path name here. So this displays the packages that match the path name specified, right? Which often include the wildcard character also. So for example, to find packages that provide the /var/www/html directory, you can actually use the provides command. So let's try this as well. And this time let's try it with the yum command. So because it's backward compatible, so we can use it. So yum provides /var/www/html, for example. So this should actually tell us that which service is using it. So you can see that the file is being used for Apache HTTP server, right? So it tells you that information as well. Now, if you want to install a package, it's very easy. You just use the command DNF install excuse me, DNF install, and then the package name. DNF install package name. So this way it can actually install that package for you. So for example, if I want to install Apache, I will have to use the command DNF install httpd or yum install httpd, right? So dependencies will be resolved automatically, and accordingly that particular software will be installed. It will ask you how long it is, how big it is, and then accordingly it will install it. So if I go to the Reddit server and I use the command DNF install, and then I want to install httpd. So sorry, let's do DNF sudo DNF install httpd. We mention the password, and then it is asking this is the size, so say yes, and then we can start installing. You can see, right? So you can just press yes if you want to install and import all the necessary keys, and then it will start installing, right? As you can see. And as we can see that we only set for Apache, but it has installed many dependencies as well, not only just the HTTPD, but also the uh, Apache as well, right? Now, if you want to update a package, you can use the DNF update and the package name. For example, I can use sudo DNF update HTTPD, and in this case, again, it will check if it has any new updates for this. But you can see that nothing to do. It is already up to date, right? So this can also be done. Now, if you think that you might have the old list of dependencies, you can also use the command sudo DNF update, and it is going to update the repository of the DNF so that you have the latest information or the latest versions of any file, right? So since a new kernel can only be tested by booting to that kernel, the package is specifically designed so that multiple versions may be installed at the same time, right? So this is how you can do it. Now, if you want to remove a particular package, you can use the command yum remove, or you can use the command DNF remove. So let me actually write it down here as well. If you want to remove the package, DNF. Oh, by the way, to update, we had the DNF update and the package name. If you want to remove the package, you can use the DNF remove and then the package name, right? So it will remove and install software package, including any supported packages. But just be careful, the yum remove or the DNF remove command removes the packages listed and any packages that require the packages that is being removed, right? So that means if this is one of the dependencies for other packages, this can lead to unexpected removal of packages. So carefully review always, right? To list the packages to be removed. You can also install or remove the groups of softwares with yum or DNF. DNF has also the concept of groups, which are collections of related softwares installer together for a particular purpose. In Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9, there are different types of groups. Regular groups are a collection of packages, and then environment groups are a collection of regular groups. So the packages or groups provided by a group may be mandatory, default, or optional, right? Depending on they must be installed or normally installed if the group is installed, or not installed with the group. They're optional. So you can actually use the DNF group list to see the list of groups for that purposes. The command we use is DNF yum group list or DNF group list, right? It can show you the groups that can be installed. Like it's like a package of packages. And some groups are normally installed through environment groups and are hidden by default. So you can actually look for them also using the yum group list or DNF group list command with the keyword hidden. So DNF group list hidden, right? So you can do that, and also you can use the info command like DNF group info, and then specify the name of the group that you are looking for to get the detailed information about that, right? So DNF, just a second, DNF group info, and then you can mention the group name. For example, the RPM development tools, right? So let's see if our download is done and it's finished. Okay, it's going on. It was like 127 MB or something, so it should be done sometime. We can see that out of 82, we are at the number 39, right? And we can also install the groups using the yum group install command, right? So yum group info, and then you can use the yum group install. So we can see that all 82 are done. So let's wait for a few seconds. They should be done in no time. Alright, so meanwhile, we can actually write down the commands that we talked about. So yum group info is one command, or DNF group info is one command. The second command is DNF group uh, install, and then we can mention the group name here in the inverted commas, right? So this is another method we can install the groups, right? So you will see that all install and remove transactions are actually logged into /var/log/dnf.rpm.log. So you can also see that which packages are installed and which packages are removed. That information from the var log dnf.rpm .log. So this file can actually show you that information, right? So let's go back to file. It's done. So now we can see some of the other commands as we were talking about. Yum, or let's use sudo yum group list. Right, so we can actually list the groups that we have, and let it be updated, and then we will be able to see it. So these are the different groups that we have available. Environment groups like virtualization host, minimal install, custom operating system, and all this. And available groups are these different groups which are available. Like RPM development tools is available if you want to install it. It is not installed by default, right? So let's try to check the information about it. So we can use the yum group info or DNF group info. So let's use DNF this time. DNF group info, and I want the info for RPM development tools, right? So it shows us that it's the tools used for building RPM, such as RPM build. Mandatory packages are Reddit RPM config, RPM build. Default packages are RPM dev tools, and optional packages are RPM lit. Now, anything like Reddit RPM config, RPM build, any of these packages I want to install, I can install the whole group, right? So I can say sudo DNF sudo DNF, sorry, sudo DNF group install, and then I can mention the same name again in the inverted commas, and let's see that if this installation is completed. Although we will not go ahead with the installation because we might not have to go ahead with the installation if it is too big, but I see it's like around total installable install size is 17, so let's go ahead with this. It shouldn't take much time with our internet speed. Looks good. Verification is done, completed, right? So this is how we can install the groups as well, right? So very nice. We can we check this, and also the log file I was talking about. Let's try to see if we can see something into this file. DNF dot rpm dot log, and you can see that some of the last things we installed were from the RPM development tool. These were the files, right? So it shows you the last files from the tail with the tail command. You can also use the command DNF history, and it shows you that what is installed, what is removed in a very tabular format. So it's very nice to see. For example, we installed HTTPD, and then we upgraded it or tried to upgrade it, and then we installed the group RPM development tools. So it will show you like this, right? Now we can actually use these ID numbers. These ID numbers are very useful. So what happens is that this ID like ID number 234, we can actually undo their workings or reverse the transaction using the history undo command. So if I use the command sudo DNF history undo, and I want to uninstall Apache, or let's say uninstall RPM development tools, so I can just press 4, and it is going to look for that, and it is going to uninstall the RPM development tools right there, right? So free space will be 17 MB if I want. Let's go ahead and do it, and it will be done. So this can also be very useful implementation, right? So let's wait for it. All right, it's done. Pretty good. All right, so that actually completes our the introduction to DNF as well. Remember the DNF search keyword command is very powerful, so I would actually recommend you to always use it to find specifics. For example, you can use the command sudo DNF search, and I want to look for a particular keyword. Let's say print. Is there anything with the keyword print into the description or the definition of any kind of packages? So you can see that there are many packages which have this keyword uh, print, and we can read it and decide that which exactly or what do you want to use. For example, cups printer backend for Bluetooth printers. Cups printing system is cups 8664. This is more likely already should be installed. This is something also we can check using DNF info about the package, and then we can actually check it out, right? So let's go ahead and check for cups with the DNF sudo DNF list cups, and let's see what does it show up, what does it show us. So you can see in the install packages, we do have the cups already. Now, available packages we can see is from the cups development or the filter lips and anything else that we want to use, like cups printer app x8664. Let's say I want to install this one, so I can say sudo DNF install and just copy this one. And let's paste it here. And we'll see that if this gets installed as well, right? So it will be 230 KB, that's fine. We can install it. So you can see that this way you can install different repositories or different packages. And always remember the DNF install needs the full package name. So that's why this DNF list command is very useful, because you can actually look for the keyword like Nginx. I am not sure what is the full name. I can use an asterisk and then I can check it and it should show me. The Nginx is one of the web servers, like just like Apache, but another web server. So you can see the actual web server name is this one, Nginx x8664. I can actually install that, and then there are other modifications in case if you want to install, like Nginx all modules, no arc. This will have all the modules, so we can actually copy this and we can say sudo DNF install and the name, right? So this should be installed, and it should tell us how much. So it's not very big. Let's just go ahead and install it. And there you go, it's done, right? So you can see all the important things are installed, all the dependencies are also installed, and now it will start showing up into the installed list, right? So if I check sudo DNS list nginx again, it will show us into the installed list. You can see install packages. Earlier when I had done this, uh, just a second, where did we do it? Yeah, here. Here it was showing under the available packages, right? But now after installing it, it is showing me under the install packages. So this is how we can do it. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you into the next one. Thanks.